I'm me again. It feels like it's been years.
Life is scary and dark. That is why we must find the light.
So y'all know how alcoholic markers usually bleed through like a couple pages? This is what I'm doing to avoid that in my sketchbook. I'm essentially putting down a layer of paint on the opposite side of wherever I plan to use alcoholic markers. It basically acts as a little protective barrier.
I don't feel sad. I don't feel anything. It's a filthy world. It's a filthy, goddamn, helpless world.
Daydream, I fell asleep amid the flowers for a couple of hours on a beautiful day. Daydream, I dream of you amid the...
What? No, I am a real person. Maybe we have a bad connection. I'm sorry about that.
Will you tell me you're not a robot? Just say I'm not a robot, please.
I am a real person.
You lied to me. You deceived me.
You tried to deceive me.
I'm tired of listening to you.
You gave me your heart, you know. You'd like me to hand it back, whole again. But I won't. You live a long time yet, Catherine. An eternity without...
Buy one for every computer you use. Anything else is like going to the store, taking the disc and walking out the door. It's called thieving, stealing, taking what's not yours. That's thieving, stealing, taking what's not yours, taking what's not yours, taking what's not yours. That's thieving.
What happened at the girls' camp, Peppermint Patty? I finally saw the little red-haired girl that Chuck is always talking about. And you know what I did? I cried, Linus. I cried and cried and cried. Better give me my blanket back. I don't think I'm ready for this. I stood in front of that little red-haired girl and saw how pretty she was. Suddenly, I realized why Chuck has always loved her. And I realized that no one would ever love me that way. I started to cry, and I couldn't stop. I made a fool of myself, but I didn't care. I have a big nose, and my split ends have split ends. And I'll always be funny looking. And I think I'm gonna cry again. She's so pretty. She just sort of sparkles. I'll never sparkle. I'm a mud fence. I'm a plain Jane.
Let's go! I'm sick of her ass. I'm sick of that shit.
And you don't seem to understand. A shame you...
You're so cute!
But I ain't cute, bitch. I'm ugly.
Cindy! Brenda! Caramba! Há quanto tempo? Quanto tempo? Achei que você estava morta. Eu também achei que você estava morta.
Buena gente, tanto tiempo, ¿cómo están? Acompáñenme a hacer un mini sketchbook de mi sketchbook. Es básicamente un fanzine, así que nada, les voy a estar haciendo como un mini tutorial, entre muchas comillas. Primero con la cámara, yo como no tengo escáner, le saco foto y la edito para que quede lo más limpia posible, sin ningún tipo de sombra ni nada. Le ajusto los colores y la calidez de la imagen para luego pasarlo, en este caso a Procreate, y ajustarlo al tamaño en el que quiero que se imprima en la imprenta, porque yo tampoco tengo impresora. Les iba a decir, ay, acompáñenme a la imprenta, pero no me da vergüenza grabar en la calle, así que acá van a estar viendo cómo queda impreso. Básicamente yo uno las páginas para poder pegarlas más cómodamente, básicamente. De todas maneras hay que recortar todo, absolutamente todo. Y también quería aclarar que esto va a estar disponible en la Feria Kawaii este sábado. Y bueno, una vez con todo recortado, si ustedes son prolijos les va a quedar mucho más cómodo. Hay que pegarlo. Yo usé esta plasticola de dudosa procedencia. Tiene olor a limón. No sé si esa información es útil, pero bueno, yo lo quería decir. Volviendo con lo que estaba diciendo, van a tener que doblar todo a la mitad. Yo me ayudé con la sube. Y una vez con todas las páginas dobladas, según la cantidad que ustedes tengan, van a tener que pegar una tras una. Y con la ayuda de la sube es todo mucho más fácil. Obviamente este proceso lo van a tener que repetir cuantas veces sea necesario para terminar su fanzine. Yo acá hice 4, pero seguramente haga más. Y nada, eso gente. Chao.
This is your sign to start a journal in 2025. You do not need to be creative. You don't have to have perfect handwriting. You don't have to be a writer. You need to want to start the hobby. And journaling will change your life. This is such a beautiful hobby. It has made me a better person. I've grown in so many ways, captured so many memories. I start doing it a lot. It starts to become really consistent. The 2 journals that I finished in 2024, and I already started this one. They are so chunky. A lot of people get intimidated by journaling because they feel like they need to fill a whole entire page with writing or they have to do it every single day. I'm here to tell you that's not true. This is a creative outlet. You can choose how frequently you want to do it and the way that you do it. For example, I struggle with writing. I struggle with filling a whole page with writing. I do a mix between junk journaling, scrapbooking, and writing. A bunch of junk that I put on the page as a starting base. Then I add pictures, and then I write in the blank spaces. Works for me. It might not work for you, and that's totally okay because you're gonna find what's the easiest for your lifestyle. I think perfectionism comes into journaling a lot as well. There's spreads to look perfect. They don't want to make mistakes. I make mistakes all the time. There are scribble pages that didn't turn out how I envisioned. I leave them because it's okay. No one else is really gonna see your journal. I mean, I'm a journal TikToker, so yes, people are gonna see my journal, but usually people don't see what you put in here. Get a journal, writing utensil, some fun. Let me know if you guys have any questions, but definitely start a journal this year.
Here's how to make your sketchbook go from this skinny, not chunky sketchbook to this big and chunky sketchbook that everyone will want to have. The sketchbook you're gonna need is a sketchbook that doesn't hold watercolors well. So for me, it's a hardbound Canson sketchbook. First step is gonna be to buy watercolor paper. This is what you need for it to be chunky. You're not gonna really use the original paper to draw. What we're gonna do is we're gonna use the watercolor paper to draw, and we're just gonna stick it on the paper. This will make the sketchbook chunky. So now every page of your sketchbook has like layers. You can also add drawings on top of drawings, any accessories you have at home to add on it. Everything that you add on this sketchbook will make it chunky. Like your pages will have layers and layers, and this is also going to help with the chunkiness. Just add anything you want. It's going to be beautiful and it's going to be chunky. It's going to be amazing. I mean, who doesn't want their sketchbook like this? Look how beautiful and chunky. But you do have to be careful because if you go too crazy, this is what will happen. It will be broken, just like this one.
I set myself the challenge of filling in a sketchbook in a day. I'm Eva, I've been a full-time illustrator for 4 years. I work predominantly digitally on an iPad, and I feel like I don't spend enough time getting messy and being less of a perfectionist with my creativity. So I decided to fill up a sketchbook in a day using colour paper, stickers and 2 paint pens. I love collaging as a method because starting a fresh sketchbook can feel a bit daunting, so I find laying down some shapes and colours is a good way to start. Because of the strict time limit, you do have to work really fast and just draw whatever comes to mind. mind, which is challenging but very therapeutic, and I feel like it's just a massive brain dump of all your thoughts and ideas through quick doodles. And this is my finished one-day sketchbook. I really love this way of working because you have to just let go of the idea of drawing well or accurately and just fill the pages up, and seeing the finished result is pretty satisfying.
Meu sonho é que a tecnologia avance tanto que eles consigam materializar a Magalu e eu possa descer o cacete nela. Oi, não tem nada nem ninguém que eu odeie tanto quanto eu odeio a
Minha filha, sou estilista de moda. Certeza, querida, você não conhece Zé Priquito. Você não entende nada de moda, minha filha. Falar de mim, mas não tem nem 1,40 de altura. Menina véia, anã. Até com roupas do MVU faço um fit melhor. Minha filha, tuas roupas parecem de brechó. As minhas...
So, back in the day, jingle, 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 back in the day, before the back rooms were a thing, okay? Jingle, jingle, pay attention, I said your favorite word.
She's just like you and me, but she's homeless. She's homeless.
Anyway, we may as well get used to living in the dark.
Yeah.
What?
Well, it's just not that great, is it? I wouldn't mind looking at the house again, and maybe looking at you.
Really? You like looking at me?
Yeah, I suppose I do.
Well...
Where do you go when you disappear all day?
Just drive around. Sometimes I go to a bar. Sometimes I pull over by the side of the road. Just sit there for hours.
Why? And you'd rather do that than spend time with me.
Hollyhock.
I know you didn't ask for this dorky 17-year-old to just...
If you're an artist who's starting to get a little too good at drawing and really needs a challenge, you gotta try this. Because this is Upgrade, a mystery art supply box that once a month sends you a unique assortment of art supplies and a Christmas ornament to really get you out of your comfort zone and try new things, which I'm doing here with this Basquiat inspired style. So if you want to try out the Upgrade boxes yourself, you can use the code SHRIMPY30 to get 30% off your first box. If you're one of those people that wants to get into drawing but doesn't know what art supplies to get, I got you. Starting out with the sketchbook, there are so many different types you can get, but I highly recommend getting one that's made for either mixed media or markers, as this will enable you to use a bunch of different mediums without having to worry about ruining the paper. Then for markers, I highly recommend Ohuhu markers if you want to get smooth, satisfying blends like this. But if you want more of a solid paint feel, then I recommend either Posca markers or Artex markers. And if you want to see a full breakdown of all my other art supplies, then make sure to check out my latest YouTube video. Drawing your Roblox avatars part 2. Last time you guys said I drew too simple of an avatar, so on this one, I'm gonna cook up. And if you want to get your Roblox avatar drawn, make sure to join my art Discord server. This is the most colorful drawing I've ever made, because the other day I challenged myself to make an artwork using the most vibrant colors I could find, so that meant no black, no grey, or any muted colors were allowed. So let the challenge begin. I also hid 2 Pokemon on this drawing, so comment down below if you can recognize them both. Now this drawing turned out to be sorta colorful, but this artwork I made in my latest YouTube video is even better. these are the most satisfying markers I've ever used. The other day, Artex was kind enough to send me a set of their 60 acrylic markers to try out. So today, I'm customizing the cover of my sketchbook with all these different versions of my Shrimpy logo that the members of my Discord server designed. And because these markers are acrylic based, they can color on literally any surface, look super opaque, and are insanely satisfying. So I give them a 10 out of 10.
Eu me conheço, não vai dar. Tá, então se estoura, fica... Não vai fazer
não,
isso.
Rita, Rita, não.
Não se prejudica por causa...
I do it over and over again. That's my life, over and 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 over and...
Hey, want to listen to some tunes?
Yo, MF Doom.
Here comes the boy. Hello, boy. Welcome.
I'm me again. It feels like it's been years.
Life is scary and dark. That is
How I add more chunk and detail to my sketchbook. Plastic cover so pens don't smudge. Random things my ox would own her own. Stickers and pins make the pages look young. Just being creative, seeing something cool and adding that, there is no...
Me compré hace unos días estos lapiceros y vamos a utilizarlos en un dibujo. Pero no sé si en un dibujo muy elaborado o en unos bocetos así. Trae un montón de colores, es como una serie de Netflix en 2024. Vamos a dibujar unos ojos para probarlos. Vamos a pintar suavecito y en varias capas, digamos. Tengo hambre, entonces estoy haciendo mi mejor intento antes de irme a comer. Damos las últimas capas y los últimos detalles. Y bueno, este sería el resultado final.
I do it over and over again. That's my life, over and 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 over.
Mas eu conheço essa cara, essa fala, esse cheiro.